Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the Mount Moon Battle Association. We are in the Elite Four, and we're taking on the Guru Ranger Juice. His link will be in the description below, Twitter link that is. And he's the Guru Ranger, so we play a best of three, and each match he can bring any mono team he wants. And for the first match, he brought a mono electric team. And since I had no idea, I just brought a pretty solid standard OU team using the 10 Pokemon I registered for the battle, that is, for the entire challenge. And I brought a banded Scizor, a defensive Sylveon, especially defensive Heatran, defensive Tank Chomp, defensive Pivot Rotom, and a Mega Alakazam with the standard moveset. So without further ado, let's hop into the battle. So I'm going to lead Scizor. I predicted him to lead with the Galvantula. He brought the Galvantula, the Jolteon, the Electivire. Dang, I forgot his entire team. I just looked at it. It's funny. Anyways, I'm just going to fire off a banded U-turn here, predicting the Volt Switch, or even just a swap out. And he does Volt Switch to the Rotom. And we get major damage off. Looking good to me. And we can just go into Mega Alakazam here and fire off a Psychic. Nothing on his team wants to take that. So I just assume he's going to stay in and let that thing go down, which is fine with me. We trace the Levitate, which is pretty cool, but he has no ground type, so whatever. And the Psychic is able to knock out the Rotom. So we have a good start here so far. And now he brings in the Galvantula. And my first thought is, well, I'm going to hit him first and see if he's not sashed. And I go for the Psychic, expecting Sticky Web here. So I just wanted to leave Alakazam in so I didn't lose any speed, but go figure, he goes for the Thunder Wave anyway. So now I'm going to swap out because I do have the Sylveon in the back and I can heal bat that off later. And now he's going to set up his Sticky Web. Not a huge deal. And here, I didn't expect him to save Galvantula because it didn't really serve a purpose. So I believe I go straight for the Bullet Punch, and he switches out to his Stunfisk. I think that's what it's called. Steal your girl. Ain't stealing my girl. Nah, just kidding. And I am banded, so I'm gonna have to swap out here and bring in my Heatran. I do lose speed, but it's no big deal. And he goes for the Eerie Pulse, which pretty cool move. Hadn't saw it before. I mean, I've saw it before, but it's never been used against me. But it won't affect my Heatran too much. And I can just fire off a Toxic here and try to whittle this thing down because I don't really have an answer for it because it's a weird Pokemon. Anyways, he's gonna set up his Stealth Rocks here, so he's setting his hazards up pretty effectively against my team since I do not have hazard control with this squad. I wasn't sure what he was going to do here, so I'm going to swap out to my Garchomp. And he goes for the Foul Play. And this is pretty cool because even though my Garchomp, has more attack than does special attack, it's not invested at all. So he actually takes more damage from the Rough Skin Rocky Helmet combination than I actually took from the Foul Play, which is pretty good for me. And he's going to rack up some toxic damage there. Still not familiar with what he's going to do, so I think I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks here because it will make the Galvantula die upon switching. As he switches out to his Electros. Now this is something he might have predicted an Earthquake or something, which is okay. and he goes for the grass knot and gets a critical hit. But grass knot touches me, so he takes some rough skin Rocky helmet, and we can go for the dragon tail. But we miss, of course. That's been the story of the Elite Four so far, is luck on my opponent's part all the way through the Elite Four, so I'm kind of used to it by now. And he just sacks his Galvantula there, which is a pretty smart play on his part. But I was swapping out anyway because he had his the eel in, and I didn't really have anything to hit it with. So I was going to swap out to my Heatran to get the Toxic off. But he sacks his Galvantula, and now he has switch initiative on me. And he does bring out Duracell, which leads me automatically to believe it has Earthquake or Cross Chop or something, or maybe even Brick Break. And I'm just going to swap out to my Rotom here, predicting the Earthquake. But he goes for the Cross Chop, which is okay. And it doesn't do too much, so that's okay with me. I'm going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp here, I think. I can't Volt Switch freely because he has Jolteon and potentially Motor Drive. So I'm just going to make a double, actually, and go back into my Garchomp, predicting another Cross Chop. But he switches out to his Eel, that's fine with me too. I have to swap back out to my Heatran, I believe. And I really want to get a Toxic on this thing. And he actually goes for the Flamethrower, which boosts my fire type attacks. Pretty cool. Miami Heat might put in some work here. Like I said though, I'm just going to go for the Toxic, I believe. I may go for the Lava Plume, but I really want to Toxic the Eel because I can't hit it like I was saying. He goes back out into this Stunfisk thing. And I do go for the Lava Plume, so that was probably my better play. Regardless, because I had the fire type attack boost. Unfortunately, he's faster because of the Sticky Web, I think. I'm going to swap into my Sylveon here though, and I think I'm going to go for the Heal Bell because I don't want my Alakazam paralyzed anymore. Alakazam actually puts in a lot of work against his team. Can live a Shadow Ball from a Jolteon since it is Air Balloon, and it outspeeds his entire team. Besides Jolteon, maybe even the Electivire since of the Sticky Web. But I'm pretty sure I outspeed the rest of his team because they're slow as fuck. Goes for the Eerie Pulse. That's fine. We got our Heal Bell off, and that's what we wanted Sylveon for. And we're going for the Protect here to get a little Toxic Style off. Like I said, we don't have much to hit this thing with other than the Toxic damage and the Hyper Voice, but obviously we're not invested Sylveon, so we're not doing too much with it. I fire up a Wish as he goes for the Pain Split, but he is racking up more Toxic damage, so this is fine with me because I'm getting my HP back that he's taking, and he's gonna lose this. He's gonna lose this battle right here, this face off. So he's finally gonna withdraw. and reveals to be citrus berry. But we're going to fire off a hyper voice here, and we're going to do a decent amount of damage, and we're getting our wish back, so this is working out for us. At no point in this battle have I felt like I was down yet. And we're going to swap out to our Heatran here as he goes for the Volt Switch. So that's a pretty good play on his part. Maybe predicting my switch or something. Knowing that I brought the Heatran in every time he's brought that ill in. But Heatran is still valuable, so I'm not going to let him go down like that. So I'm going to sack off my Garchomp here. He goes for the Wild Charge, so that doesn't affect me. And now he goes for the Ice Punch, which I assumed he had, but I really wanted him to go for the Cross Chop to get double of this Rough Skin Rocky Helmet off. But that's okay. It did enough for me. And now I can bring out my Sylveon, which is physically defensive, and I can just fire off a Hyper Voice. I fire off this Hyper Voice here after taking the Wild Charge. Pretty good. And we're able to knock out the Duracell, the Electivire. Still a pretty solid position here. We've lost Garchomp, and that's it, I do believe. And now we're just going to have to make the necessary plays to make sure we don't choke this game away. Reveals Flash Cannon, which was pretty cool. He had saved that, which is pretty cool, like I said. And we're just going to fire off a Hyper Voice and knock this thing out. But we are at the range where we can't Wish Protect anymore. And he's going to go for the Volt Switch, and should pick up the knockout. Knocks out my Sylveon. Swaps back out to the Stun Fist. Kind of annoying. But at this range, we can easily go out to really whoever we want. We're going to go out to our Pokemon with priority though, and we're going to knock this trucker out. Bullet Punch will also do enough to really anything else too, that I will feel comfortable with just sacking my Scizor off. And he does bring in the Jolteon next, which is his last Pokemon, and we're going to fire off a Banded Bullet Punch. So it will do a decent amount of damage. And break the Air Balloon, which doesn't really matter because I don't think I have a ground type attack left. He's able to go for the Volt Switch and knock me out. He didn't want to miss Thunder, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing he has Thunder, so I'm guessing he didn't want to miss Thunder. So he went for the Volt Switch. And we get the Voltazorb here, so he can't go for the Thunder or the Volt Switch. He's able to go for the Shadow Ball, and without the Life Orb or Specs, he is not able to knock us out. And we're going to be able to pick up the last kill with Mega Alakazam, despite the Sticky Webs being up. And we're going to come away with a narrow 3-0 victory over Juice, the Guru Ranger. So yeah, if you watched, thank you for watching. And if you liked, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll be back for the Mountain Moon Battle Association against another Elite Four member as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. See you next time.